Hey guys, Shawn here from the Ollin group. I just want to welcome you to what day is this today? We're on Wednesday, or Thursday, I guess it is already. Hope your week has been going well. Anyway, I just wanted to jump on here for a Facebook Live and kind of share, some realizations that I've had this, even just this morning actually, I guess. Nothing new really, but it's always nice when it comes to light. Um, some of you may or may not know, aside from being a coach, there's a couple of other key areas that I really pursue. Some of my passions. One of them is as an artist, and you can say that I'm semi-professional. I do sell some work. I went to college for art. I've been doing art my entire life, drawing, painting, sculpting to a lesser degree. Some of you may have seen some of my work. If you haven't, I'll give you a link where you can check it out in a moment. But anyway, I've been, you know, like I said, I went to school for it, and went through the fine arts program full time. Did art for a couple of years, and then took about 15 years roughly without doing any art whatsoever. Even though it's one of my most probably my biggest passions. And oh, by the way, if you're jumping on here live, if you're catching me live, make sure to say hi. Even if you're watching the replay, if you're watching on YouTube, I record every one of these so you can say hi on there. I'd love to see who's watching, who's getting uh, you know getting some benefit from or some value from watching these videos, and or if there's a topic you'd love for me to cover, I'd love to hear from you as well. Or if you have similar experiences, any insights, anything you want to add to it, feel free to comment anytime. Anyway, I took 15 years off, and about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, ish, somewhere around there, when we still lived in Thailand, started to get back into art. So we started doing a drawing challenge. Actually, it was because my wife and daughter primarily, they really encouraged all of us to do this as a family. My kids are quite artistic as well. My wife is artistic, and actually, my daughter, probably, she's 14 now, but probably has more talent than I ever had, and it's really neat doing work together. Anyway, started drawing again as we got back to Canada. Would have been back about 4 years, somewhere around there. Um, Started doing more and more art. Started painting again. Started sculpting again. Just on the side as I can. And my daughter and I last summer, had our first art show together, and that was really cool. I hadn't done one, well, for a long, long time. She's never done one, and so we got a good experience there. She sold a few pieces. That was really nice. I sold a few pieces afterwards, actually, and really good experience. So it's just kind of kept that passion, that bug going. So anyway, we're helping her with a lot of her schoolwork revolves around her art courses, and getting some projects done for the end of the year. So she asks for my help sometimes, and I'll just kind of guide her here and there. Anyway, usually what we'll do is we'll be doing that, and I'll work on some of my own art at the same time. So I've got this big canvas. I think it's like 4 by 4, 4 feet by 4 feet, roughly, somewhere around there. Anyway, working on this, and it's actually a piece that I'm doing for my wife, so she can hang it up in her office. And it's the Buddha. It's going to be a kind of a mandala kind of effect overall, and I'm really excited about it. It's been a struggle, to be honest. I had this image in my head, and I just really couldn't get it on paper first, and then bring it from paper to the canvas was a whole other prospect. Anyway, so last night I was really kind of end of the year, helping kids finish up, so kind of really focus on helping them with schoolwork, etc., and needing to do a lot of my own business. So needing to take some extra steps, so really move forward with some certain things here. And I did notice somebody else came on live here, so I'm not sure if you're still there, but say hi if you are. I'd love to see who. It's not showing that. Not showing who it is necessarily, but drop a wave or whatever, drop an emoji. Anyway, long story short, so I've been doing all this work to really bring my business to a level where I want it to be, and found myself getting. I'm gonna be honest, even though I teach this and work around this, getting kind of stressed out about certain things, and being busy for the sake of being busy, what I call busyness or business, busy work. Blank on the term there, and just doing things for the sake of doing things. And yes, they would have been productive, but kind of went through the day. We finished with the Muay Thai training, dinner, and then I was going to go back and do some more work. And my wife reminded me that my daughter needed my help, and so thank you for that. And so I said, you know what? At first I was kind of resistant because I have all this stuff to do, all this stuff like this, right? And I said, wow, you know what? I really need to do that. I need to be there for my daughter, number one. And it's an opportunity for me to paint, number two. Now, why is this important? Why am I even sharing this with you? Well, like I said, painting is one of my passions. I got a few of them. I made a post yesterday, I guess, around passions. Painting and writing are two of my, and Muay Thai are three of my primary passions, things that just make me feel absolutely alive, really fulfilled. Anytime I put, paintbrush to canvas, pencil to paper, whether I'm writing, whether I'm training, whatever. And the reason I want to share this with you, why it's important, is that, I think everybody has things they're passionate about. And or, I found that some people have forgotten or haven't found those passions, so it's important to find them. But things that light you up, things that make you feel more alive than ever, make you lose track of time, make you feel deeply fulfilled. Even if you're not very good at them yet, that's irrelevant. Even if you don't have a talent for it yet, it's irrelevant, or skill rather. Maybe you have a talent but not much skill. Maybe you don't have that much talent, but you are just passionate about it and you developed a lot of skill. Maybe it's something you were passionate about when you were younger, for instance, or would love to do but just have never done this. Anyway, what I've found is that it's so easy. So all the clients I work with, have worked with over the years, myself, and look all around. It's so easy to get caught up in that busy work and being busy for the sake of being busy. How many people here have ever found themselves doing that? Just hands up, give a thumbs up, whatever. Again, if you're watching this live or you're watching the replay, either way is good. Watching on YouTube, that's good too. Anyway, I think most of us have found ourselves being busy for the sake of being busy and thinking we're being productive, but when we really actually look at it, when we take a moment to stop and slow down and breathe, we realize we're just being frantic. I'm all for massive, determined action. Really, really important. But there's the qualifier, it's the determined part. Most of us, especially if we start to get stressed at all, we take massive, frantic action. So in other words, the action, it might be there, might even be the same actions you would take under a different emotional state. But because they're frantic, they're desperate almost, or maybe they are desperate, the quality of those actions drops significantly. And if you're dealing with other people, that, I'm going to use that word, that desperation comes through. They feel that. So if you're trying to acquire a new client, for instance, or make a sale, or whatever, they feel that from you, that salesman's breath, so to speak. And so we get busy being busy, and then we lose sight. Well, number one, our effectiveness, our efficacy, efficiency, productivity goes down. Actually, the more we get into that busy work. Okay, it's been shown time and time again. All you have to do is look at your own life, your own results. You probably agree with what I'm saying here. Again, you can just give me a like or a thumbs up, whatever, or a thumbs down. If you don't agree, that's cool too. Write in, comment. But anyway, so not only does our effectiveness go down, that determines the kind of results that we're going to get or lack thereof. So that's number one. Number two, when we find ourselves in that desperate, frantic, busy work, busy being busy, when we find ourselves in those times, those stressed out times, those anxious times, our quality of life also goes down. So even if we start to accomplish what we wanted to, it's not fulfilling the way it should be. Tony Robbins has a great saying. He says, success without fulfillment is still failure. So we might even achieve success, but we've done so frantically, so stressed out, it affects our well-being, it affects our health, it affects our relationships, other areas of our lives. And in the end, let's say you fast forward to the end of your life, and that's how you've lived the majority of your life, which is what most people do. They don't stop to breathe, It's passed you by. It's passed you by, and what for? Most people put their passions, which your passions, by the way, are linked to your unique purpose, your spiritual purpose, or psychologically what you're better at than 90% of the population, however we want to look at it. Most people put their passions on the back burner, even if they, or they don't discover what they are in the first place. Maybe they put a little bit here, a little bit there, but that's it. But what I'm saying, why I use that illustration of myself painting last night, not only to give to my daughter by helping her, but to really pursue what I wanted to do. That passion ignites a fire inside of you, a real deep inspiration. Where does the word inspiration come from? In spirit. It's where we're connected to something deeper or greater than ourselves. It's beyond words. And this fire, this passion, fuels us. It gives us strength. It gives us power. It gives us even a sense of serenity, even though passion is a kind of a live sense, a sense of fulfillment. So if we're operating from this place of inspiration, and by the way, if you take a break from all that busy work anyway, it's almost like a reset in your brain too. You disengage for a little while, it can be so beneficial. It's like when you're training, well, like my son training for his fight, he's got less than 2 weeks left. You take a day off every week to let your body rest, so you come back and you're stronger. Or the last few days before the fight, the training goes less and less and less, so he recovers and he's ready. His body and his mind are ready for the fight. So same thing when you're, sorry, hang on guys. Looks like the video stopped. Not sure why. Well, that kind of sucks. Hang on here. I don't see the video at all.